Good morning, my sweet crafty friends. Let's make a cute primitive crow using a new crow cutout available in the shop, a fence post base, and a furniture leg, an old vintage one. First thing I did was cover this with some black paint. Any black paint will do, friends. Don't have to get anything special. Once it was dry and painted on both sides, I took my gator tool and sanded the edges up to give it that little cute little vintagey look. All right, now we're going to take our little fence post base. You guys, I found this at Lowe's in the fencing section. And I'm just putting some brown paint. This is Mondo Llama brand from Target, and the color is called Wobbly Walrus. I just love it. Has such a fun name too. All right, now we're just going to take some Bear Clear Wax. You can find that at Home Depot. I'm going to brush that on with a nice little chippy brush. We're going to do a little chippy look. All right, we're going to use some French linen paint by Hello Lobby from Walmart. I'm going to put a nice thick coat on there. Once you have that on there, you're going to zap it with your heat tool or your blow dryer and dry it a little bit. You don't want it to be all the way dry though, friends. This chippy works better when it's slightly wet. Mine might have been a little bit too wet there, so we're going to go ahead and save that paint that I scraped off. You can see I've put a pile on my napkin there. Now we're going to hit it with that heat tool to get it dry, get it gooey, thick. Sand the edges with my gator sanding tool, and now I'm using my spackling knife, putty knife, whatever you want to call it, and I picked up that paint that was on the napkin and we're just reapplying it to our wood. This is kind of a unique way to do it, guys. It has a little bit of a different texture, and it does look a little bit more vintagey and chippy, like it's been around for a while. All right, there is our furniture leg. You can buy these brand new at Home Depot and Lowe's. This one just happens to be an old one that I found at a thrift shop, vintage shop. It was old, weathered, it had been sitting outside, and I thought it was perfect for this project. But you can get a new one, and you can do paint yours and sand it and give it kind of a chippy look, a vintage look, an old look. I drilled a hole in the top, drilled a little hole in the crow, rumpled up some wire, some gauge wire, and stuck it in both those holes with some hot glue and some wood glue and made him stand up. Had to work a little bit to get it just right, but it worked. Then we're going to go ahead and cover that wire up with some moss. I have some dried oats that I got from Hobby Lobby. I just love these, you guys. If you don't have access to Sweet Annie, this is a great alternative, and it's right there in Hobby Lobby in the fall section. I will definitely be stocking up on some more of this because I really like it. All right, and as you can see, somehow I missed talking about the star that we added. I had an old Christmas ornament yellow star that I got at Hobby Lobby last year, and I just put that on some twine, hung that from his mouth. Now we have just an old, a small round tag that came from Hobby Lobby. I just love these round ones, you guys. We're going to stamp Old Crow. I thought it was perfect. All right, that is it, my sweet friends. I hope that you enjoyed this. If you're interested in the crow, he is 12 inches long from head to tail, and he's available in the Shopify account, along with many other things. I hope that you'll go check it out. I hope you enjoyed, and if you love it, sprinkle for me.